Fluid volumes. In this video, we'll create a fluid volume and define obstacle and preserve regions. In Fusion 360, we want to get started with the supplied dataset generative-faucet.f3d. We're going to be creating a fluid generative study, and to do that, we need to make sure that our user preferences have the fluid generative type active. So under Preview Features and Generative Design, make sure that you do have fluid checked. With that preview functionality set, we can now go into Generative Design and select Fluid Type as our new study. From here, we need to begin defining the obstacles, preserves, and starting shapes for our study. The Generative Design fluid type is slightly different than the structural, so we will have to make sure we adhere to some different rules. In setting up our design space, let's first go into Edit Model, expand our model components and bodies, and I'm going to change my unit types to inch. From here, I'm going to hide body 3, which is the main fluid path, and I want to take a look at body 8. Currently, body 8 is going to be a bezel or just a mounting plate for the faucet. Now, in most cases, we can modify how this shape is created, but in this case, we're going to use this as an obstacle. So I want to start a new sketch. Then I'm going to use C on the keyboard, and I'm going to create a 2-inch diameter circle. This 2-inch diameter circle, I'm going to use E on the keyboard for extrude, and I'm going to bring this down 1/2 inch. This will be a new body, and we'll say OK. Then we'll select body 8, right-click, and remove it. We've now created a path. I'm going to say path OB for obstacle, and this can be used as an obstacle to make sure that our fluid path goes through. If we want to increase the size to make sure that we are actually going through it, we can always redo that sketch, or we can use tools like press pull, which is Q on the keyboard. We can select the outside diameter and just make this larger so that there is less of a chance that it's going to build around it. The next thing that we need to do is we need to define both obstacles and preserves for the starting and ending of our fluid path. To do this, I'm going to rotate this around, and note that currently we have a certain size pipe. And this is something that we're going to want to keep, so I'm simply going to go to Extrude. I'm going to select both faces, and I'm going to begin dragging this down a distance of 0.1 and setting these as new bodies. I'm going to do the same thing on the end by selecting this end face, using Extrude, bringing this down a distance of 0.1, and making this a new body as well. These new bodies are going to represent the end caps for our fluid. Now, we could also make sure that we create a sketch and extrude the inside, but because we have direct modeling tools, we can simply select the inside and hit delete on the keyboard. When we do this, that automatically removes the inside section, and we can do this on the smaller side as well. Now that we have those areas, we also want to make sure that we create obstacles for the start and the end. So I'm going to start a new sketch. I'm going to select the other inlet, and I want to project that into my sketch as well. Then using my center diameter circle tool, which is C on the keyboard, I'm going to create 2 different circles that are larger than these diameters and use D on the keyboard for dimension. I'm going to give them a value of 1.5 inches. For the second one, I'm simply going to select the first dimension to create that parametric link. Now we can use Extrude, and we can create our obstacles. I'm going to go ahead and just drag these up 1/2 inch and make them new bodies. We want to do the same thing on the other side by selecting this face, creating a sketch, using C to create a center diameter circle. In this case, we'll simply make it 2.5 inches, and we'll use E on the keyboard to extrude it. Once again, making a new body, we'll say OK. These are going to be obstacles, so I'm going to name them OB3. Body 14 is going to be OB2. And body 13 will be OB for obstacle 1. I'm going to temporarily hide those because now I want to talk about a fluid volume or a starting shape. Right now we have a basic faucet designed, but we want to take a look at the ideal fluid path. We want to see how these 2 inlets combine. We want to make sure that we don't have a pressure drop. So in order to do this, we want to define a starting shape, and we also want an obstacle to make sure that we are going up and over this arc. That is pretty important for a sink to make sure that we can get larger pots and pans and things like that into it. So I'm going to start by using a center diameter circle tool, and I'm going to simply just draw a circle in here. If we want to get it centered, we can always go back to some of the original sketches. Maybe there's a path here that we can use. Or in some cases, if we don't have that reference, we can always go to Project Include and either use an intersection or a projection of these end 2 points. And then we can make sure that we are horizontal with them, assuming that we have a full arc. Then using D on the keyboard, I'm going to set this diameter at 7.75 inches. I also want to make sure it's in the middle, and we can do that with dimensions, but we can also use a line going between these 2 edges, making sure that line is construction. We don't need to select it. And then we can make sure that we have a midpoint constraint. Next, we'll use extrude, and we'll bring this out a distance of at least 4 inches. This is going to be an obstacle. So we'll set this one as OB4. Once again, I'm going to hide it, and now let's talk about the fluid volume. Creating a starting shape can be done a few different ways. We have tools such as fluid volume that will allow us to create a fluid volume from selected bodies. In this case, the fluid is going to be internal, and we can select the tool, and we can make these selections, but you'll notice that no internal void at this point has been created. We need to make sure that we do select additional bodies or faces that can completely encompass this. And in some cases, it simply might not work with your results. There are certain nuances that we need to follow to create that fluid volume. There are other ways that we can do this. We can use inspect, and we can create a section analysis to take a look at the inside of our part. We're going to go ahead and we're going to hide some of those other bodies that we created, leaving only body 3 behind. We can use direct modeling tools to fill this in by selecting internal faces and then selecting delete on the keyboard. In some cases, this will be a valid option. And in our case, we want to make sure that we turn off that section analysis by going to our analysis folder. Then we want to select any internal geometry that still needs to be deleted. And now we have a solid volume to represent our starting shape. So in this case, body 3 will be our starting shape. We have our path obstacle, and then we have body 10 and body 11. This is going to be our fluid in 1 and our fluid in 2. We also have obstacle 1, obstacle 2, 3, and 4. The one thing that we don't have is our fluid out. We're missing that fluid out, and this is body 12. So let's go ahead and rename this fluid O for out. Now we have everything we need to define our study. From here, let's make sure that we finish Edit Model and go back to a home view. Let's go ahead and expand our model components, expand bodies, and let's bring all these different bodies back. We're going to start by going to our design space and selecting our starting shape. We're going to select that body, body 3, and say OK, and then hide the starting shape. Next, in our design space, let's select the obstacles. This is going to be that large plate for the path, and then we're going to have those external obstacles as well as the large cylinder. Once we have those selected, let's go ahead and hide our obstacles. What we have left is going to be our preserved geometry. These are going to represent our inlets and outlets, and we can say OK. From here, now we have our starting shape that goes between our inlets and our outlets, and then we have our obstacles that we need to avoid. Everything here is ready for us to begin setting up the rest of our design conditions, but let's make sure that we save before moving on to that next step.